Let me introduce myself. My name is Inga Wetzel. I'm a naturopathic doctor from Independence, Missouri. Alrighty, the first system that we're going to talk about is the alimentary canal. The alimentary canal includes both the digestive and the elimination system. And this is Intro to Anatomy and Physiology. If you take a look at the picture, it kind of lines out what the alimentary canal consists of. It is your salivary glands, the pharynx, the esophagus, the stomach, pancreas, the small intestine, and yes, the liver and the gallbladder are part of that, your large intestine, and the rectum. That makes up your alimentary canal, and we're going to take a look and see what all that is going to do for you. By the way, at the beginning of each chapter, there is a link to a YouTube video that I would be happy to email to you. Because of internet problems, we cannot download the YouTube videos to show them to you. Some people are more visual and they like to see the action on a video. So I'll be more than happy to email that to you or to Mary and pass it on from there. So you can watch the YouTube videos about an alimentary canal, about the endocrine system and the circulatory system. They're really neat videos. So let's take a look at the beginning. This is enzymes. Enzymes are critical. Many people think of enzymes as a digestive aid, which they are, but enzymes are operational in every function in the body. It takes enzymes for you to think. It takes enzymes for me to talk. It takes enzymes for the blood to flow through your arteries. So when you lack enzymes in your diet, your body will rob Peter to pay Paul until the account runs dry. I just wanted to always say that because people just relate enzymes to digestion, and it goes way, way beyond that. So one of the enzyme, polysaccharides, is broken down by salivary amylase. It starts in the salivary, in the mouth. It breaks down into maltose by the use of the salivary amylase in the salivary glands and pancreatic amylase from the pancreas. Then when it becomes maltose, it has to be broken down further by maltase, an enzyme in the intestines. And then it is broken down into glucose, a product that we are all too familiar with many times. Proteins are broken down by, number one, pepsin from the stomach. The main function of the stomach is to break down proteins. So as pepsin breaks down proteins, and then trypsin is produced by the pancreas to break down proteins. Proteins are broken down into peptides, and peptidases break them down into amino acids, which are building blocks for cellular function. Many people these days are so deficient in protein, and they say, well, I eat a lot of meat. They don't have the enzymes, or they cannot break down. And proteins are the most critical ingredient that you need when you get up in the morning. Within the first hour, preferably the first half hour, when you get up, you need proteins to build your brain, unless anybody doesn't care about their brain. You need proteins to balance your blood sugar, otherwise you are on a roller coaster all day long looking for snacks. You need protein to build your immune system. You need protein to build your adrenal glands. All those functions are happening in the morning. So protein is very critical, and you need to be able to digest them and break them down. Fats, the good fats and the bad fats, right? Fats are broken down by lipase from the pancreas into monoglycerides and fatty acids. Now there is such a thing as essential fatty acids, and essential fatty acids mean your body cannot produce them, you have to ingest them. A nice way to regulate cholesterol numbers is by taking in good cholesterol, but we have to be able to digest them. There is lipase in your food enzymes, and we also have a product called high lipase that helps to break down cholesterol or fats. Very important. Many people are on statin drugs these days because the doctors are telling them their cholesterol is too high. I'm going to let you in on something. Your cholesterol is not high because you're low in statins, but you may be low in enzyme function. So I just kind of want you to realize what you can do to bring down bad cholesterol numbers and increase good cholesterol numbers. So there are three food groups, basically: your proteins, your carbohydrates, and your lipids. Food enzymes breaks down 30 grams of proteins, 30 grams of carbohydrates, and 20 grams of fat. That is probably why it is one of our most favorite enzyme products, because it breaks down all three categories. As we age, food enzymes. We just asked which product. It's a Nature Sunshine product called Food Enzymes. It breaks down 30 grams of carbohydrates, 30 grams of protein, and 20 grams of fats. It's an amazing product and very important. I have seen cholesterol levels come down by giving people food enzymes. So food comes down the esophagus and goes into the stomach. From the stomach, it goes into the duodenum. And see, here is a sphincter muscle that controls things and keeps them from flowing back into the stomach. It's very important. And at the top is another sphincter muscle that is supposed to keep food from flowing back up into the esophagus. When food goes back into the esophagus, we call it acid reflux. So that lets you know that muscle.
Hi, I'm Mary Ward. I am your presenter for Taste of China and Aromatherapy. I'm a certified herbalist, and I am excited to be here and be with you. Okay, we're going to talk about Chinese herbs. Inga sort of, sprinkled Chinese herbs all through her presentation, didn't she? With good reason. So what we're going to talk about is, how do the Chinese herbs work? How do you assess which Chinese herb to take for both yourself and people? All right, Taste of China. Lemon and jasmine spray. Everybody got sprayed with the lemon jasmine, right? 20 drops, 2 ounces of pure water. We use pure water. Why? Because if you use tap water, it will affect the scent of the oil and the effect of the oil. 20 drops of lemon, 2 drops of jasmine. Lemon is refreshing. Jasmine, well, we'll talk about that. If you spray lemon in the air or you smell lemon when you're studying, you will retain 45% more of what you study than if you don't. So if anybody has a hard time remembering something, spray some lemon in the air. Let's talk a little bit about Western medicine. Is really disease care. It's not health care. We can talk about health care all day long, but that's what Western medicine concentrates on. They concentrate on what's wrong.
Hello, my name is Dale Scott. I am a master herbalist. I'm a senior divisional manager with Nature Sunshine. I'm here to teach the certification herbalist course with Mary Ward and Inga Wetzel. Welcome. I'm so glad that you all came, and it is our prayer that you learn something that you can carry on out and you can share with the world. Now, so if you'll open your books, your presentation to the certified herbalist course, I set them all on your table before you came in. They're paper clipped. You'll see here, we can just start on the first where it says certified herbalist course. The history of the use of herbs. Now we're talking about history. And I want to mention, do you know that legally you can share with people what the historical uses of any herb is? The historical uses, you can share with people. And so the history, and we're putting this together so you can see the history of the use of herbs would be more ample evidence to substantiate the statement that herbal medicine is the forerunner of all the different forms of healing practiced today. Does that make sense to you? Okay, a revival of the ancient art of herbology could save much of the grief and suffering we bear daily from minor complaints, which do not warrant going to the doctor. And
hi guys. Okay, I'm the last man standing here. Inga's gone, Dale's gone, I'm it, with all these lovely ladies and gentlemen. And we are going to do aromatherapy. I am Mary Ward. I have been doing aromatherapy since 1998, so I've been doing it a while. It is really one of the most fun things I do. This is going to be a fun time. A lot of people do aromatherapy with different companies. Put that, what you've learned there, over here, and learn what you can from me. Okay? We're going to start out with one oil. I have a wonderful runner, and her name is Cindy. S-Y-N-D-I is her name. So she is going to take, come on up, Cindy. She's going to take one of these to each table. And what you're going to do, there you go, is you're going to take, you need to give end of each table, gets one. All right, you're going to do this and wave it around. This is pink grapefruit. We're going to start with pink grapefruit because it moves chi, energy, through the whole body. For those of you who were not here when I talked about the presentation notes, and you're going to want this, you're going to separate them like this. I told everybody clear your space because you're going to be operating with two sets of notes. One side is going to be from the slides, which are there are very few slides. There's a lot of notes. So I put my slide notes on the left and I put my notes on the right. And I'm going to be going back and forth. Starts here. You can tell the slides because there are 3 on a page and they've got lines. These have no lines. Simple. Okay, does everybody got that? So sort of lay out your area because that's what's going to happen. And I told everyone, no, they are not numbered. Good luck. So do not mix them up. All right, everybody got that? Just want to make sure everybody's got all of our, you're not allowed to keep the stick. I'm teasing. Pink grapefruit is one of the happiest oils we have. It is one of the strongest antidepressants. It is also, of all the citrus oils, the least photosensitive. Are you having a hard time with this? You have a section that's all notes. Those go to the left. Okay? This is the section that starts notes. That goes to the right. Beautiful. That can go anywhere. You can throw it away as far as I'm concerned. Okay, we're good. Now, we're just going to go through this. You're going to be smelling a lot of oils, and we're going to be talking about the properties of a lot of oils. We're going to be talking about how it happens. Inga went over the limbic system with us. You are going to look to the right of your slide notes and see the limbic system on display. Okay? That's why you have them open like a book. The limbic system is not an anatomical structure. Now, when Inga spoke, it was like, well, there's this one that smells this and this one that smells this. That's true, but really the limbic system is the whole group of brain areas. And they all work together. They are all associated with feelings and emotions. This limbic system bypasses thought processes. You want to put that down. When you smell something, you have a scent, it goes that fast. It's a visceral, emotional, hormonal, bodily response. The entire process of smelling takes 1 second. 1 second. What's the difference with somebody? I grew up in little towns in Iowa. When they tarred the streets, it was really fun. We didn't have a lot of excitement in Iowa. And you'd be able to pick up the tar and chew it, like chewing gum, when it was still soft. I know, everybody here is going, what? How old are you? I'm really old, okay? We got that. Now, I have when I smell tar, when they're resealing the roads, what does it do? It flips me back to childhood and I go, that's a good smell. There's a gentleman whose father was a roofer. You use tar on the tops of roofs. His father fell from the roof and died. What does he feel when he smells the scent of tar? Totally flips you. So what we're talking about here are emotional responses. Now, the question I always get from everybody is, can you change that? You can help the body to heal in many ways emotionally. It has to be a concentrated decision, but every time you smell that, that flip is going to be there and you're going to have to flip it back. You cannot get rid of it. I love coffee because I adored my daddy. When I woke up in the morning, I would smell the coffee going. Daddy had put the coffee pot on. So, I smell coffee, I drink coffee, I'm happy. I don't, I'm not quite so happy. So, limbic system, everybody understand that? Because this is where we're living right now. Next couple hours, we're going to be living in our limbic. I had to write a book called Living in the Limbic. All right, healing continuum. This is also really important to understand because we are going from minerals. Remember, we've been talking a lot about minerals. They are the hardest. These are the most physical in the continuum. Then vitamins. Herbs are in the middle. Essential oils, and then flower essences.